Hello, Virgo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of October 26th through November 1st, and we have several moon phases that we'll be moving through. We first have the waxing crescent moon, and that's a really good time of heightened senses and awareness, a good time to buckle down and, work on those projects that we've just started with the new moon. We then have the first quarter moon. That became a tongue twister that comes in on the 29th through the 30th, somewhere that energy will be in there. And first quarters to me are it kind of reminds me of the full moon because it's like heightened energy. You might feel a little bit impulsive, impatient. So either use that energy accordingly or manage that energy accordingly. We then have the waxing gibbous then from the 31st and the 1st, and that's a little calmer, good time for deeper understanding, a good time to plan, make adjustments, and be a little bit flexible on the things that you're working with. So keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Virgo. So as always, please take what resonates today and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. All right, your overall message for this reading, Virgo: meditate and contemplate. All right, let's see what the Virgo Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling, I would like to say that my fun weekly reminder this week, Virgo, is that you take the time to learn something new. So pick a topic or something that you've had some, maybe a little bit of interest in the past few weeks or months, and you just really haven't had time to look into. And, just stop yourself for a little bit this week, maybe take a few hours and do a deep dive and really learn about that thing. You may stop off at the library, grab a book or two about that topic. Maybe you'll find a lecture or some articles online, and just take notes and really absorb something, absorb the topic and learn. Doesn't matter what the topic is, just something that you've had interest in. I just find that sometimes as adults, we don't really take the time to do a good deep dive on something. If you're like me, I feel like I'm picking up snippets of information here and there and learning, and I really do have to focus. Like, okay, I'm really gonna learn this thing, and it's fun to learn new stuff. So that is just my fun weekly reminder. All right, we've got cards trying to come out already. We will take that as an overall card, but let's get right into this reading. Virgo, October 26th through November 1st. Meditate and contemplate. Okay, so that first card that wanted to come out there. Oh, we're not there yet. Let's continue to shuffle. All right, Virgo, October 26th. There we go. All right, overall present energy, Queen of Cups. So you're sitting in a place where you are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Knowledgeable, understanding about not only your emotions and how you manage your emotions, but also, because this is royalty, it's how the people around you also manage things. So that just makes you more empathetic to, if you see someone having a meltdown, it's like you're that person this week who can kind of understand, oh, I understand why that person is having a meltdown. Or if someone's elated, you can understand, oh, I see why they're, you just have that really good understanding. I love her outfit here, and because she's got one foot in the water here, the water of emotion, and then one foot definitely planted here on terra firma. But I love her outfit that it's kind of that cloudy, watery, just that mix of emotions and reality. I love that. Your current situation is Eight of Cups here. So you're definitely thinking about something that you're wanting to do. You're wanting to go out and do a little bit of exploration in some area. And while you do that, you do have some emotional backing. You have support behind you. This would be, friends, family, coworkers, people around you that really do support you, and people that are cheering you on from behind. I mean, you may not even know about that, but just understand that you do have people like at your back, and people have you. So that's an awesome place to be in, really. At the root of your situation this week is the Ace of Wands. So you may be exploring some new passion. You may, for some of you, this could be a relationship. For some of you, it's exploring new passion within your relationship. For some of you, it's just something that has come to you that is a new passion. Take tarot reading, for example. There was a time when I wasn't a tarot reader, and all of a sudden it came to me that it was actually during the pandemic. And I thought, there's something I've always wanted to do. I've never had time to, with, raising kids and all the things that life, had me busy with. But it was the first time that I really had time to spend a lot of time focusing on learning something. And tarot is what I chose. So, and now it is a new passion of mine. It's something I love to come in here and do these tarot readings for you. I love to, do readings for people face to face. It's awesome. I love tarot cards. They just amaze me every time I pull them out. So, much like that, it's something now that's a new passion of mine. Something I was always curious about, but this is something at the root for you, that you've got something that's come up for you that's like a new passion that you're ready to move towards the future with. And I love that. What is in your recent past is the Magician. And of course, there's the Magician, because, the Magician comes with our aces. The Magician is the one asking you, where do you want to move forward in your life? Like, where are you right now? And, maybe what's lacking. And it seems that your answer was passion. And so the Magician says, choose the thing and let it find you. And it looks like some passion has found you. So I love the order of that. That's definitely how that works in the universe. What's on your mind this week is the World card. So this is our card of perfect balance, happy endings, harmony, things just being in place. And it looks like you're just in a good, peaceful, nice place for that. Especially when you've got room for this new passion, because you're in a really good place right now. Virgo, I really love this. The World card is the end of the Fool's journey. This is after you go through different trials, tribulations, things on any journey you end up. That's where we end up, is at the end, where you feel, knowledgeable, and you feel like things are in place. And again, it's our happy ending card. So I love that for you. And it's just on your mind to just be happy and be in perfect balance this week. What is just ahead of you this week is the Ace of Swords. So I guess when the Magician asked you recently, where are you trying to make changes? Not only what is it in the way of passion here with the Ace of Wands, but now also with the Ace of Swords. And this is growing in our intellect, but it's also growing in its air energy. So it's the way we're speaking, talking, communicating with others. And what are those things? So it could be that you are learning about something that's kind of a new passion for you this week. And I do love that. Especially my reminder this week was that you learned something new. And I think that that's really going to ring true for Virgos more than any other sign that I've read for so far this week. In your advice position is the Emperor card, which is awesome. It just says be a leader. And whatever you have decided to do here, whatever this passion, whatever you're moving towards the future is, I feel like you're just going to break out. You're going to be very successful at it. You're going to learn a lot about it, but you're also going to be a leader. You're going to become the authority on that. And you're working your way towards that already. You know, our emperor is, someone who does things in a very systematic way, of learning, but it's someone who is established and is kind of the authority figure on something. So you are definitely building something here, building something with your passion and with your intellect, which I really love. This is really awesome. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised for some of you, this would be that you're opening a business, that's something you're passionate, something you've been passionate about. That you're going to go on to do, or you're writing, let's say that, I mean, it's a lot of like a creative endeavor, but it's also something, again, that uses your passion and intellect. So, while your creativity is there, I feel like this could be something where you make money doing it. It's something that's going to really establish you in your community as someone who can get things done, as this emperor character, which I love that. What is beyond your control this week is the King of Pentacles. I mean, look at the control. Look at, we started off with this Queen, which is definitely about that emotional, not only your emotional control, but being able to kind of observe around you and see everyone else's emotions and why they're happening. The King of Pentacles is kind of the same way, although even heightened. Okay, so knowledgeable in the way of money, in the way of material things and finance and that sort of thing, but also able to, have that ability to see things in for others and see how others work. So really, really powerful, fun reading. I mean, if you're starting a business, this is a great week for you to be at it and learning things about that, which I love. Secret desire or what you're trying to avoid. Look at this. Yeah, you want to build something and you want to build something long term here with this 10 of Pentacles. I mean, here, this is our card of, you can see the grandfather figure here and the younger couple and the little boy over here. And I mean, everybody in this picture here is taken care of and thought about by this guy who has spent his life, building something, building like generational wealth and building, and I only see this card, I don't see it just as a thing about monetary wealth, but this is wisdom that gets passed down through generations, and morals that get passed down through generations. It's just someone who really thought about what they were building and spent the time to just put in each brick. So that's very awesome. This is, I would hope, your secret desire. I doubt anyone who is trying to avoid long-term wealth, health, and happiness. In your outcome position is the Three of Pentacles. So some sort of collaboration here with this Three of Pentacles. I love everything about this reading, Virgo. Your overall message said to meditate and contemplate. And I do think you're really, we got this Ace of Swords here. You are thinking about something, but you're building something for longevity here. And I think you're on the right track. Everything about your card says go ahead and learn, be passionate about it, be emotionally stable about it, but also, be this emperor, be a leader, be someone who can build for the long term, someone who can collaborate and someone who knows their way around not only emotions but the material world. I mean, I love this reading. I can't say enough positive things about it. Let's see what's hidden from you this week. Hidden from you? Great. Love it. There's a few cards that I'm happy to see that they're hidden. This card, the Devil card, the Death card, those kind of, cards that kind of have a little bit a darker connotation. And this is one of them. This is hidden from you. There's no heartbreak this week. Everything is, again, perfect balance. The World card, just feeling like you're just on the right page, Virgo. I really do love this for you this week. Let's see what the Soul Oracle deck has to say for Virgo as they're building a very successful future is really how I see this reading. Is that whatever you're working on is definitely something that's positive, and there's a momentum to it. Express your joy. I love that card. So yeah, go ahead and be happy. You have no reason to not be this week, and it's okay to express that. I know I keep a group chat with of course, with our family, and that was one of my questions today is name 3 things that just bring you joy every day. And I love throwing little questions like that in for everybody to answer. It's just kind of fun, to see where everybody is right now. So I love the answers, and make sure that you are expressing that joy, and just being happy when things are going well, which they seem to be for you. So, all right. The card that you get for self-care is the card called Risk with 2 die on there. Take a chance. Every risk is a success when you're committed to learning and growth, which I feel like your whole reading is about learning, growing, moving towards the future with a good emotional backing, being emotionally balanced, listening to that magician when the magician is asking you, what do you want? And you've kind of responded to it. So, if you need to take a little bit of time to meditate and contemplate as you're making those steps and making those decisions, I mean, I feel like that's definitely what the emperor would do. The emperor doesn't fly off the handle and make decisions very quickly, but they're very calculated and they're very well planned, well thought out, and well felt. So, Virgo, I love this reading for you. Again, I can't say more positive things about it. I think it's an awesome, awesome reading. You're going to have a great week. And I love that. So thanks so much for being here with me. If you're comfortable sharing, let me know. Are some of you starting a business? Or some of you starting a venture that you're thinking of, that this could be something that's just long-term awesome for you and your family down the road. And I for some of you, I get the feeling like that maybe you're writing a book. Some of you may be starting a business. Some of you, it's just something that almost like there's a creative aspect to it, so I'm definitely getting like starting a business feeling, even though the business might not be creative. I just get the feeling that, of course, having a business or starting a business is a creative venture, no matter what the business is. So, anyway, once again, if you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what's going on with some of you, because I would love to know that and get that kind of feedback. Also, if you like my reading style, please hit like and subscribe. It really helps my channel, and I would really appreciate that. Most importantly, though, it'll help you find me next week. So, Virgo, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.